Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Jules. That's John. That's Vin. Guys, real quick before the Giant game and going after that disaster, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I know everybody's seen it by now, but just it's really tough on America, no matter what side of the aisle you on.
Yeah, man, rest in peace to Charlie Kirk. I was literally listening to one of his debates, literally that he was doing when this happened on a different college campus. I was listening to it in the car, got to an appointment for work, put it on pause, went into that appointment, came back out, and everything, the whole world fucking changed after that. There's nothing that we're going to say that's going to mean anything to anybody or any significance, but it's just crazy out there, guys. Just fucking be careful. Make sure you're taking your loved ones. You know where they are, when they are. Your wife's going out, your kids are going out. There's fucking crazy people in this world, man. Just fucking keep an eye on people. We're men. We got to take care of fucking people around us.
Looking at a crazy person down there is Jules. Jules took Dallas to the survivor pool against us. Just terrible person he is. But a terrible run organization we have in the New York.
Jules is having technical difficulties. He'll be right back.
Yeah, I see Jules just froze because he's just like
switch the fucking Wi-Fi.
That face is the face you should have the rest of the pod.
Yeah, we should just hear you. The live feed is back. All right, guys. So just jump right into it. Giants, another disaster of a week. Yeah, sure. They threw up like 400 something yards on offense, passing, a few touchdowns, but it is granted against Dallas's weak ass defense. It's been probably the worst I've ever seen it. We'll get into that. But one thing I want to ask your opinion on, guys. It's I know how the coaching staff felt about James Hudson, penalties or whatever, but I had to look a little bit of a different take than them. I seen, when they got down to like the goal line or the 3-yard line, they were about to score. They called this 15-yard personal foul on James Hudson. Meanwhile, the Cowboys player had him in a headlock on the ground, and he literally just pushed him off him. I watched the video over and over again. I think that's why James Hudson flipped out on the sideline. Listen, I can't defend him for probably the 10 to 15 other penalties he got during that first drive, but that last one was like, I think it was bullshit. The refs are becoming fairies, and it's a men's sport. Besides that, they're calling roughing the passer. I think it's bullshit.
Well, let's just, for the sake of this podcast, let's remember we're playing the Cowboys, and I don't think that any of us were alive the last time the Giants didn't have to play the Cowboys and the referees when the Giants played Dallas. The amount of times that we go into a game, and not only is there just a lot of flags thrown, but the crippling flags that they throw against the Giants, it is a pattern that is undeniable at this point, and it is a sickening feeling to watch it unravel each and every single time we play them. Listen, these are all professional athletes. There's no, D1 versus D3 school here. That's not how this works in the NFL. So to win 10 consecutive games in your home stadium against your divisional rival is like flipping a coin, basically, for the most part, and it landing heads 10 times in a row. It's just statistically not really viable for that to happen without some type of exterior influence. That influence wears a striped jersey.
What do you think? Do you blame Hudson on those flags then?
I mean, listen, you got to control yourself. There's, every prison in America is, stuffed with emotional men. So you got to control yourself. But the 4 penalties in a row is comical at that point. Like after the third, you got to laugh. But you got to control yourself.
Ben?
Hudson obviously felt the pressure all week that he was going to be the left tackle. He's heard that he was probably going to be the left tackle to start the season because everybody knew Thomas was out. God, I hope Thomas comes back as soon as possible. But Hudson crashed out. He struggled. Dallas defensive lineman got into his head. 4 penalties in like it was a really good opening drive by our offense, and he was ruining it. Despite all the penalties, we got to the red zone. You know what I mean? I didn't see the play that you talking about, Trainer, and I really like.
It was the last.
I believe you. I believe you. Like
Yeah,
I don't think you would lie about it.
no,
So because I did find it.
definitely not.
I did find it like awfully weird that he flipped out. It was like, yo, you sucked. You're the reason why you made a stall the whole time. We would have been scored.
Right.
But for him to crash out and start pushing everybody and neighbors got in his face and all that, I was like, what's that about? In my head, I've been thinking the whole time, like, they should kick this guy off the team. He's obviously a liability. He's an emotional wreck. How can he even come back from a play like that? I know he's out swing, but as soon as the rookie came in, I got to tell you, I didn't hear about any pressure or any problems. There were a couple of some penalties without linemen, but not really. Russ Wilson was dealing after that. You know what I mean? So
I'll take it the other way, Ben. I thought I finally seen some fight in the offensive line. Granted, it was a little wild, but I was happy to see the offensive line fired up, and they played a good game. I gotta admit, they played a decent game.
you got a new dog?
Yeah, it's my new puppy,
Oh, what's his name?
Buddy.
Buddy. All right.
Oh yeah,
Universal name.
Welcome to the pod, buddy. Welcome to the pod.
yeah, buddy. There we go. Drew,
You know what's so funny? My
Yeah.
wife calls me before. Well, I was on the phone with my buddy before. There you go. And she goes, "Who on the phone with?" I was like, "My buddy." And she goes, "Who on the phone with?" And I was like, "My buddy, my buddy. He goes wherever I go." So my buddy and my friend said it as I was saying it. We started dying on the phone together.
Did
This
you
was just
have
2
that
hours
toy
ago
when you were a
this happened.
kid? I had that toy when I was a kid.
Yeah, you remember the
My
50
buddy
Cent
told
song
me.
though? I was like, "My buddy,
Yeah, yeah,
my buddy, wherever I go, he goes."
yeah. He gets that from that little fucking commercial back in the day. It was like an '80s toy. He threw like
Like a
wiffle.
Cabbage Patch Kid, right? It was something like that.
It was some kind of thing. I think you like
Yeah.
a cardboard piece named My Buddy, and he threw wiffle balls at you or some shit, and then you hit him. I could be thinking of completely another toy.
Is that a thing?
Yeah,
I'm showing my age right now. That was before my time. I'm sorry, guys.
I think you should look it up, John.
Oh, wasn't it the wrestling buddies? Was that called? Well, the wrestling ones.
Those little fucking things? No, they weren't called My Buddies.
I'm pretty sure my buddy was like Chucky, but whatever.
Ben,
Ben, I know Mike and Jules are like 4 years older than me. Are you their age or how old are you?
I'm 42.
So you're 4 years older than me too. Okay. Yeah, so
Yeah, I'm
you guys are
29. I don't know what you guys are saying.
Oh, listen
But,
to
What are
him.
you talking about? I'm
Anyway.
35.
Anyway, moving on. Jules, we want to ask you about it. I opened the show saying I don't really blame James Hudson. I thought they finally showed some fight. Granted, it was stupid penalties. That 15-yarder was not on him. I think it was the ref's fault. The Cowboys player had him in a headlock. What do you think about James Hudson? And
I think Dable should have fucking wasted a timeout after the second penalty because the referees were zoning in on him. They would literally look. I mean, it's the first time in 100 years that a player got fucking 4 penalties in a row on the same drive.
only us.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? Like, are you kidding me? Like, dude, that doesn't even make sense. Like, how is that even a thing? At some point, you got to let something slide. I mean, first of all, I just thought the officiating in general, the entire fucking weekend was horrendous. All right. But like, it was highlighted in that game. I mean, 14 penalties for 160 yards. Now, look, I get it. You can blame the coaching because when a team is that undisciplined and making that many errors, it kind of has to fall on the coach. But you know what? If you see a player like you, and I think I heard you say in China that literally you saw him get put in a headlock and that kind of like set him off, you got to notice these things. Someone's got to pick up on that. If you see a guy and he's getting fucking hot and it's not a good thing, pull him out for a fucking play. You know what I'm trying to say? Get him on the sideline, get back in his mind and say, listen, bro, calm down. It's a game. You're getting some bad breaks your way. We get it. We need you out there. We need you focused. You know what I mean? And you put him back in the fucking game. And they didn't do any of that shit. I mean, you see it all the time with defensive players, right? A guy gets all into a heated exchange, whatever. All of a sudden he's on the sideline taking a blow. Same thing on fucking offense. Like the guy wasn't in the game. You let it go that many fucking times. That's why we didn't score in that first drive or, whatever that opening drive, whatever it was for it. Hey, like it's just too much of that lackluster shit that fucking is part of the reason why we're there. 14 for 160, bro. That's disgusting.
I know.
And I haven't even looked again to like add up how much penalty yards we've had in 2 fucking games, and we're wondering why we're sitting here at 0-2.
Well, I don't think anybody's wondering why we're sitting here at 0-2. I would say
terrible coaching staff. That's what it is. But anyway, like during the game, Russell Wilson had like this best game probably of his career, 450 yards, touchdowns. And then he threw that dumb pick in overtime. I'm not sold on Russell Wilson because the Dallas Cowboys defense is the worst defense in the NFL by far. And it's not even close. Guys were literally getting wide open, like Wan'Dale Robinson, a couple 3-yard out, and he's wide open by like 8 yards. I'm like, it's a little ridiculous. And they're catching deep balls all over the place. They can't guard anybody. I'm not getting fooled by Russell Wilson's big game. I got to be honest.
I have a question. That pick, was that on third down? Wasn't that on third down?
Thought it was second.
I thought
the overtime pick.
Yeah.
Chucked it 30 yards.
Pick. The one that was like 25 yards to the right of Malik Davis?
Yeah. I thought it was a third down. It was a situation where he knew it was going to complete a pass, but he just threw the ball up as if it was like a punt and hoping for like a pass interference or a defensive holding to keep the drive going and not like a – that's how I took it.
They looked exhausted in overtime.
Yeah, they were gassed. Brian Burns was like keeled over and shit like that. I don't know that I agree that it wasn't a good game for Russell Wilson. I think that wasn't a good game, but it wasn't like it was a good game for the offense. I'd like to see that continue, obviously.
But we're not playing against Dallas's defense every game, every week.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, it's not like the Eagles lit them up. You know what I'm trying to say? It's not like Jalen Hurts threw for fucking 350 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Runs though.
AJ Brown had 115 yards, and they didn't do shit. They barely fucking shoot that game out against them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sold that it was the defense. I can't say that we didn't. Maybe we opened up the offense a little bit finally. Like they finally took some fucking chances. They finally did some quick throws. They opened up the passing game so we could go over the top finally and hit the ball deep. I mean, look, the number one thing that sunk this team was penalties. And plus, who the fuck hits a 64-yard field goal, bro?
Only against us,
man. Like, I know Vin thinks that's the new norm, but give me a break, dude. I saw a couple of dunks last night in the Monday night game. Just saying. Like, they miss, all right? That first game, that Bucks Atlanta game, that was indoors, dude. Well, how you fucking making excuses on that shit?
It's just during offense, I think the players were much more motivated. Russell Wilson being number one. Russell Wilson has to look over his shoulder every time he has a bad outing because of Jackson Dart. So that dude, he knows this is it for him. He knew that going in. And that dude was like, this Dallas defense, if I get Neighbors on the outside one-on-one with Diggs, Neighbors going to beat him. And I'm going to hit Neighbors every chance I get. Wan'Dale catches everything that is thrown to him. Short, long. Wan'Dale was everywhere. Scatterbu got involved. Jackson Dart came in and did a couple of draw plays. At first, I liked it. Then it became predictable. The run game was going, kind of moving along with Tyrone Tracy and then Scat. Everything was working. They even got Slayton the ball finally. I like Slayton. The guy got paid. He could go outside. One thing we can say about Russell Wilson is he throws a good deep ball. Even in his lean years, the guy could throw. He's got an arm to throw it deep, and he's pretty accurate. That was his first pick in 2 weeks. Now, a guy that I know was motivated to not screw up, and the announcers kept saying it, was Theo Johnson. Theo Johnson was definitely a factor early on in this game because he is an option, a very big option. So he needs to come around. We've been waiting on him. Dable's been talking about him. I think that the offense was motivated. They opened up, like Jules said, they opened up the playbook a little bit, and they were motivated to move the ball and score. And they did that against, and to your point, Trader, the Dallas defense, I don't think is very good. If Micah Parsons was in that game, it might have made a hell of a difference. But he's not, and they lost their pass rusher. So they don't really have much of a pass rush. The guy, Salomon, he got in our backfield a few times towards the end of the game. But really the disappointment was our defense. And the offense came to play finally. I think all Giant fans were so excited that we were actually finishing drives, scoring touchdowns, how that offensive line just kind of came together after the James Hudson debacle.
They look better.
You didn't hear anything. I didn't even see Russell Wilson under duress really at all.
Nah.
You know, you give Russell Wilson a clean pocket. The guy, I think he's still got something left in the tank. I do. I think he's not he's a professional quarterback. I'll say that. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, but like, the offense is moving. We're talking all this positive shit. Guys, this was all the fourth quarter. All right. 41 points, which was the Giants-Cowboys, record for most points ever scored between these two teams in the fourth quarter. That's what happened. Before that shit, it was the same nonsense. We threw a touchdown. Woo! Cam Scatterbo ran one in. Yeah.
That's a big deal. That's a big deal.
It was still the same methodical offense. It just was better than week one. And then whatever the fuck happened in the fourth quarter, that's when shit turned into fucking Madden. All right? Like, it was like Madden football up and down the field. It was like, all right, whoever gets the ball left is going to win this fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what happened in that.
The defense came out, first two drives, 3-and-out, Dallas. And then, as soon as our offense started scoring, the defense let up. Yeah. And I got to tell you, Shane Bowen, I can't stand the guy. I always think, like, if we had Wink...
Guys, hold on for a quick second. It was 13-10 at halftime. At halftime. 13-10.
And what was the... Are you telling me that the defense doesn't take any blame?
One touchdown in the second quarter. We're fucking celebrating? It was terrible. And then there was only another 10 points scored in the third quarter. All right?
Like, what are you saying? What's the point?
But the point is, we were 17-16 going into the fourth quarter. Defense was playing phenomenal. Offense looked like bullshit like it always does. All right? And then, like I said, this explosion that we're all excited about was one quarter of play. That's all we're talking about here. Out of fucking 8 quarters over the last 2 games, it was 1 quarter of explosive offense.
At least that gives us hope going into the next game.
Guard, if anything.
Yeah. Take what you can get, Jules. We greedy bastard.
No, because bro, I need consistency. If we come out in the first quarter on Sunday night against Kansas City,
you're not getting consistency even within a game.
So why? So in my opinion, here, if we're gonna turn around and we're gonna start bringing Bowen and fucking the defense and all that shit, we're looking for a scapegoat, and that's the point. We're looking for a fucking scapegoat, and I'm tired of it.
We have a lot of scapegoats.
Exactly. And we're just trying to put the tail on the donkey with this nonsense because literally it has to come from the top. Now, either it's fucking Mara that was putting a stranglehold on Shane with some of his all-season moves from a year ago, or it's the whole fucking organization. It's the coaching. It's the GM. It's all that bullshit. Because listen, guys, like, I haven't seen anything. I'm not excited about a fucking thing yet. If we lost, we're still 0-2. We got to now face the 0-2 Kansas City fucking Chiefs on Sunday night.
I'm with you 100%. I'm not excited for anything, and they don't deserve our hope, trainer. They don't deserve our optimism. I keep saying it. That's going to be my motto for the year. Until they finish a game and win it, I expected them to lose that game, even with 25 seconds left. I'm like, this too.
Oh, Bro,
that's cold-blooded.
Like it was even like he supercharged his leg or some shit. You know what I mean? Like,
dude,
it was a bionic man or something.
Did you guys see that stat? So the Giants, they're good for breaking records. I will say that. They are good for breaking records.
Bad records.
I know where you're going.
Look at the name tonight, Breaking Bad.
So the Giants get the privilege of being in sole possession of being victimized by the most amount of 60-plus yard field goals in NFL history.
Wow. That's us.
I mean, bro, when we were growing up, a 60-yard field goal was a video game thing, and that was it. It was NFL Blitz. It wasn't even fucking Madden.
It's almost
and
impossible.
Now you got guys routinely doing it. And keep in mind, they were in a tie with Detroit. Detroit plays indoors, which means not only do we have an outdoor stadium, we have a notoriously windy stadium, and still the football gods say, nah, you get all fucking 10 inches tonight.
The wind
blew 4 different times this direction.
That's the way it is, man. You're right. It wasn't like that when we were younger, man. These guys, if some guy came out and hit a 55-yarder, you're like, wow, who is this guy? He was fucking
64
amazing.
yards, bro.
I told you guys what the difference is. You guys aren't listening to me. You got to look it up.
The new football.
They are allowed to use their own footballs. They looked at the field goal kickers the last few years. They can't even make extra points because they mess with that. And literally, They were like, we need to juice these numbers.
They're cheating.
So they are like we saw 70-yarders go. Yo, this is going to be normal. Watch.
They're overinflating them.
Normal.
This is going to be overinflate.
Yeah, it's a problem because you got to think they keep changing the rules on kickoffs. Now teams are getting the ball at the 30, 35-yard line routinely. If you're going to kick the ball from midfield, you're going to get a first down and a half, and you're in field goal position to win a game. That's not what football's about.
Yeah, no, I agree with what you just said. I'm like, it's going to ruin the end of games. It's going to ruin it. It's going to make it automatic.
Because during that play right before that set up that game tying field goal, you heard the announcers. They were going crazy. They were just like, they're too soft in coverage. They need to come up a little bit. It's not like the old days where you were trying to get to like the 35-yard line. Bro, it's not even the same anymore.
Listen, in the history of football, the league's been around for a long time. There's been a lot of game-tying, or go-ahead field goal attempts at the end of halves and the end of regulation. Like hundreds, if not even maybe thousands of them. There's 4 of them that have crippled us, that are 60-plus yards. They're playing football the way the football's always been played. Keep them out of field goal range, which is inside of a 55-yard field goal for almost everyone ever in the league. And then it's just this magic luck that our fucking division rivals just seem to always get, where all of a sudden this kicker who's on his couch talking to his wife says, why don't you go be a kicker? And all of a sudden he's breaking the NFL history of records against us, of course, under pressure, hitting 64 yards with fucking meat on the bone. He could have hit that shit for almost 70, bro. Are you kidding me?
Facts.
Is he a fucking cyborg?
Yo, and then where's Dallas get these guys from? I never heard of him. Aubrey comes out, they're like, he was on his couch, he was a soccer player or whatever.
That's what I'm saying.
And then they were like,
he's
the greatest kicker of all time.
So like, I don't remember what club he played for.
Dude, and they were like, he's the greatest kicker. He's good. This is a chip shot for him. It's like they knew. They were like, this guy's gonna nail it. I was like, oh my God, he's gonna drill it. And he drilled it.
The greatest irony in this too, which just makes you want to vomit, is one of the 4 field goals that we lost the game against was, I think, in 2018, which wasn't exactly a year to remember, but it was against the Carolina Panthers, and Graham Gano was that kicker who flicked it. Yeah. And we've had Graham Gano for like 5 years, and not that he hasn't been a good kicker, and he's won games, especially that playoff game, with his leg, but the shades of remarkability that he had when he was in fucking Carolina hitting 60-plus yarders, unfortunately, we haven't seen it with our team.
We've had Jake Elliott from Philly kick these 60-yarders on us. We had, I forget the guy's name, the guy from the Chargers, all in 1 year. It might have been that same year. In 2018.
Not Dick a kicker.
We lost like 3 or 4 games to these long field goals, I remember. Yep. All these long field. But you know what?
Insane.
Shame on the Giant defense that they can't fucking make it.
But listen, and you know what? Here's where I get a little annoyed. Why isn't it that we see other teams kicking these 60-yard field goals? It's not that they're not in range.
It's the football gods.
They're not in range.
It's the football gods, bro. I'm telling you. We are still paying the fucking bill on those 2 Super Bowls we saw in 07 and 2011. We're still paying the bill. It's still coming. There's really, honestly, I don't know how hokey and spiritual and all bullshit you want to get, karmic and stuff. But, I mean, it's really the only through line we have is we were gifted 2 miracles in 07 and 2011, or really 08 and 2012, if you want to be really technical.
It really was.
And since then, we've had just horrific luck back to back weeks, almost entirely for what's going on 15 years ago.
He had a player shoot himself in the leg.
Well, I didn't even say that. We won a Super Bowl after that.
Yeah. Listen,
we did. That was 2011. We still won a Super Bowl after that, though, didn't we?
The last 3 Super Bowls in this franchise has won could have gone either way.
Well, that's most Super Bowls, but I don't even care about going. I just win the game. That's all that really matters.
We beat Denver in '86.
When Plaxico shot himself, that was in the 08 season, which was right.
08,
so we won a Super Bowl after that. So
the first year after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that was the 07 Super Bowl. 08, he shot himself.
And we had a nasty team.
You had the boat trip
destroying everyone.
Yeah, the boat trip was like the football god saying, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, Tom Coughlin just saying goodbye without shaking hands.
Tom Coughlin being fired. Eli being benched. There's been a few things that they fucked around with.
Get rid of MetLife. Just tear the stadium down.
We did win a championship there, though.
We got to get out of there.
Yeah, but can't we give like the practice facility and everything to the Jets and like go get a stadium built in Queens or some shit?
Yeah, get out of here.
No, the Jets go to Queens. We stay here.
They are tarnishing us. They're like a disease.
Like, I would love to move. I would get us the fuck out of Jersey, bro.
It's
a nightmare of a drive, okay? Because most people
not for me, it's not.
They go towards New York instead of going deeper, which they think is deeper into Jersey. But that's actually the quicker way out. That train that takes you always gets fucked up in Secaucus. It ends up adding like an extra hour to your trip if you decide to take the train. The buses in the Port Authority are a fucking joke.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Do us a favor.
I got an idea. I got a favor for you, bro. Come to Jersey, man. It's a really easy, nice trip to get to right up the turnpike.
Steaks there, though.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. Like it's just a whole bunch of shit. And look, here we are 0-2 again. Like, I just don't even know what to say anymore.
Jules, you said we were going to be 2-0.
I said 1-1.
No.
I said
roll the tape. I remember 2-0. I remember you said 2-0.
I did say 0-2 though.
Listen, that's what you're a sportsman, bro. You got to be optimistic. I don't blame any sportsman for wanting to be optimistic.
I do. Not with this team.
You're not wrong. The team does not deserve our optimism,
bro,
but the fans do.
Fucking 64-yard field goal with 1-1.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Like, fuck this. This became the norm, all right? I saw dudes missing fucking 45-yard field goals. Wait a minute, that one. How about the fucking Denver game, right? That fucking Denver Colts game. We'll talk about our boy Daniel Jones a little bit. That game was fucking rigged, all right? That was a fucking rigged job, all right?
Somebody bet Denver hard.
Kidding me?
Yeah. Oh, damn.
Yeah, you can see the pain in his eyes right now.
Yeah, Denver is the one game that
I fucking fucked around so much all week betting up and down. I went for broke on Sunday. I hit some crazy ass parlay I didn't expect. I'm like, oh shit, I'm back to even. Then I hit another fucking match, and all of a sudden Denver, you guys got to win that fucking game, and I'm up. Holy shit! I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be up a lot. This dude lines up for a 54-yarder, I think it was, right? 54, 55. Oh, what happened, Vin? I thought 60's fucking automatic. He fucking wide sails that shit wide right indoors. I was like, fuck yeah. Everybody celebrating. All of a sudden, they're like, no, look, there's a little flag on the field.
Oh, it's the worst.
Fuck, what?
Fuck out of here.
With the dumbest fucking penalty flow I've ever heard in my entire life. And he moved the guy to the fucking 35-yard line where it's like a chip shot now. He's like fucking kicking a long extra point.
It's a personal foul for grabbing another guy's back.
64-yarder was smoked on us. Down the fucking middle. You couldn't hit that shit even more dead center if he tried. And it had like 10 more fucking yards to go. Dude could have kicked that shit from his 35.
Tell him why you mad, son. Tell him why you mad.
Jules, I don't feel bad for you, bro. Honestly, anything that makes Daniel Jones look better, I'm happy about. That's all I got. That's all I got.
He definitely wasn't
He still went 2 games in a row without punting. Man, that's an accomplishment right there.
Can I listen? I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep throwing these random shits out to you guys. Daniel Jones in his 2 fucking games away from the Giants has broken like 6 different records already. He's
only us.
He's the first quarterback to score on every single drive in his first game. He's also the first quarterback to ever lead his team on 10 consecutive scoring drives to start the season. He's also this is an Indianapolis Colts. Let's keep in mind their cornerstone player is fucking Peyton Manning, and Peyton Manning played there for a long time.
Well, they had Johnny Unitas and shit like that. I mean,
hold on. Daniel Jones, and somehow, some way, this guy that people booed right out of the gate, right? People hate since 2019 when he was drafted, has now already eclipsed more yards than Peyton Manning in any half of Peyton Manning's career.
Wait, say that again?
At no point in Peyton Manning's career, there's no half of football that he's played where he outthrew what Daniel Jones did in week 2. In week 2, he had more yards in one half than Peyton Manning's ever had.
I need a fact check.
Just telling you what it is.
I remember Peyton in a lot of fucking shootouts.
It just goes to show the rot that's within this franchise.
Colts are going to the Super Bowl, John.
Yeah, players leave.
It's happening. And
all of a sudden, they just flourish. We honestly, we all knew it was going to happen. We knew it was going to happen with Barkley leaving. We knew it would happen with McKinney leaving. They both are going out there. And maybe at least me and Mike, maybe you guys too, maybe deep down, you knew that Daniel Jones had a better chance of flourishing outside of the organization.
Of course.
Maybe not to this degree so far, like coming out and taking the job from Anthony Richardson and all that stuff.
I knew that was
going out there, winning the job, and then being as good as he's been. It just goes to show the rot that's within this franchise.
When they go to the Super Bowl, John, and win it this year, I'm going to take myself to the GW Bridge. I'm going to just leap off with all my Giant stuff.
Well, I cannot wait till he fucking shits the bed.
Yeah, it's coming.
Why? Why? Why
they're going to stick that shit right up there?
Why are we against him?
You know it's not. It's not happening, guys. He's going to have a career year. He's stopping.
Let me say this about Daniel Jones. Let me say this.
You're just so worried. You're ignoring it.
When a player leaves the Giants, I usually don't root for that player. It's Giants or bust. So Saquon, McKinney, all of them. See you later. You left. You got paid. I understand why you wanted to leave. You got paid. You went to another team. Fuck you. Daniel Jones did get a raw deal here. He did get paid, though, as well. He didn't perform. There was a part of me that did like his professionalism. Mm-hmm. So, and he's going into a different conference, the Colts. We have nothing to do with the Colts. So there is a small slither of me where it's like, all right, Daniel Jones, I hope you do all right. I don't expect much out of you, but I hope you do all right. I hope you deserve the job over Richardson. Richardson is lazy. He's talented, but he's lazy. He probably didn't know the playbook. Daniel Jones went in there, outworked the kid, and got the job. Richardson should be, got the job. Then he goes on and beats a horrific Miami team and puts everybody on notice. Maybe this is the Daniel Jones that we should have seen, the number 6 pick in the draft. Then he goes and beats Denver on what Jules said was, he lucked out there. Little luck happens. Tebow had made a career of some luck, okay? Then, I think Daniel Jones' ride is going to be very emotional. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. It might go up again and go down. Will he be fighting for a playoff spot? I don't know, in a stacked AFC. I really don't see it. The division.
In the South.
Think he can win the division.
Easy.
He's going to win the division.
They could win.
I don't think they're winning, though. I think Jacksonville's better. I think the Texans are better. Who else is in that division?
They don't look better.
Texans.
The Titans.
Titans have a little bit more upside, I think. The Colts will be there, third, maybe second, if they're lucky, because they're off to a 2-0 start. And you know what? Daniel Jones will get hurt. Has he been running? If he starts running like the fool that he is, he's gonna get cracked.
Man, hate.
Listen, they also
It's being real, and it's being a Giant fan. We don't root. At least I don't root for former Giants. I don't.
You're missing one other thing too. Even when he was a Giant, his best games were always in a dome. I don't care. We beat Minnesota. Even that game, it was like Christmas Eve or something like that, where we played him in the regular season. He had a great game. He always played well in a dome. Well, now he's going to come out to now he's going to actually come out on the field and play outdoors against Tennessee this weekend. We'll fucking see. Pump the brakes. It's 2 fucking weeks. I think a lot of what you're seeing in the NFL currently, because you're seeing a lot of this, right? And
I'm thinking MVP.
This is what we saw. But this is what we saw in our game, right? Teams are spreading the ball around. They're seeing what they have in all of their personnel rather than targeting their superstars right out the gate. You're seeing a lot of that all around the league. I mean, we could even stay in the game we were just talking about. Courtland Sutton was the number 1 receiver in Denver last year. He hasn't done shit in the first 2 weeks, right? Like, it's been like that. That's been a theme throughout. Philadelphia is just trying to beat teams without really passing. They're just trying to beat teams playing this slow, methodical run game. And then playing mediocre D. They're not even playing like complete shutdown D. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you flip it over to Lamar, right? You had Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had a monster game 1 against Buffalo. And then last week, I don't even think he broke 30 yards. Like, it's just been this thing. What I think where I'm going with this is that I think with the extended season, with it now being 17 games, everyone's not really getting off to a fresh start. Teams are just adjusting and spreading the ball out to see what they got. These top superstar players, what, you really think Justin Jefferson's going to be fucking shut down all season? He's not going to have his games. These guys are going to break out. It's going to happen. So all this Daniel Jones and fucking there's all these top quarterbacks that are ahead of the real legit quarterbacks. Sam Darnold's up there. Bro, that shit is going to level out in the next couple of weeks.
You guys remember Do you guys
the
remember
copium
Derek
going
Carr?
on right now is just crazy.
You guys remember like 2 years ago, Derek Carr, his first 2 weeks, like fucking lit it up. Everyone's like, yo, Derek Carr's for real. He just lit Dallas up for like 40 points.
I remember that.
Everybody was going nuts for Derek Carr. And then what happened? Who got
That guy sucked.
Derek Carr was done.
You're not wrong.
There's no Daniel Jones up.
Listen, let us have our fucking fun. Until it falls off the rails, let us enjoy ourselves. And when you're proven wrong,
man, there is no enjoyment with the Giants.
Yo,
listen, one thing. Exactly, Jules. There's no enjoyment. We have to look elsewhere. Like your gambling, your fantasy, my Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones didn't choose to leave the team and go. True. Didn't choose to leave the team at all.
I agree.
And didn't want to stick in the NFC for whatever reason, which was the easier conference and probably had more availability of teams for him to be successful. He said, "Okay, I'm gonna go somewhere else, and I'm gonna just divorce myself from the situation entirely. I don't want any issues. I just want to go play some football and make a name for myself."
We tried
his
this
best
guy. We have $22 million dead cap money with Daniel Jones' contract. He's still like, we're still paying.
Exactly. He's still part of our family. We got to root for.
He's still a Giant.
For me, Daniel Jones, like,
still under contract.
By all, let bygones be bygones. We didn't treat him the best. He didn't, he didn't really perform for us. No. But Saquon still scored touchdowns there, down to 95. Fuck him. I have a problem with. I got a major problem with him.
Yeah, but I mean, can you really blame him though?
Yeah.
Like honestly, I understand where you're coming from, and it fucking really fucking hurts my fucking heart that he's in Philadelphia. Like I'm playing Madden right now. I'm playing a superstar mode, and every time I turn it on, I gotta watch a fucking montage of him jumping over people in a green jersey, and it honestly makes me fucking like my stomach turn to see it.
Yeah,
but I mean, when you see Joe Shane, this fucking asshole, talking to them the way he's talking in the office, Mara is saying, I'm scared of him going to Philadelphia, and they still let him go for a fucking box of jerseys. It's just infuriating. And I don't blame him. Like, I feel like I would want to do the same fucking thing. Like, bro, 6 years, you couldn't support me. 6 years, I put my body on the line for you. 6 years, I tore my ACL. I did all this shit. And then for a fucking box of jerseys, literally $1 million.
Let me ask you a quick question. No, I need to ask this quick question. John, who signs Joe Shane's checks?
The Giants.
Okay, but who?
John Mara.
I'm sure that John Mara is on that motherfucking check when he pays him, right?
I understand what you're saying. You're not wrong.
Okay. So that extra $1 million, if he was that fucking set, you don't think this man would have said, fucking find it for me? Because guess who signs Barkley's checks? I do. And he ain't do that shit. So all that Hollywood drama edited bullshit that HBO put out, it's exactly what it is. Plain and fucking simple.
Okay, wow. You could be right. My point is, one point also to remember is we've done nothing but kick the shit out of fucking Mara about getting involved and fucking with the Eli thing and this and this and that. And he finally says, you know what? Apparently, I don't know what I'm doing here. Whatever influence I'm having is just not helping the team. Let me be hands off, even in the most dire situation. Let me trust the guy that I hired. And then he let him go for a fucking pallet of jerseys. And to see him be successful somewhere else, especially on the fucking Eagles, is just infuriating. I understand why everybody wants to say fuck Saquon. And I'll say fuck Saquon for going there.
There you go.
I get it. There you go. I get it, but fuck Saquon, but I get it.
Blasphemy.
All right,
I get it. I'm just saying I understand. I understand. I hate it. I understand.
I want to bring up something to Trainer. It might make Trainer go nuclear on me. Might get you mad at me too.
Tell me.
I got a bone to pick with Malik Neighbors again.
Oh, you're crazy.
Fucking
wow.
I got a bone to pick with him.
All right, all right. Let's hear the bone.
Me and Vinny on the Malik Neighbors. There's one of the few things me and Vinny agree on 100%.
Like
Malik
Neighbors dated his sister or something.
Malik Neighbors for the great game that this guy has fooled you all with, and he had a great game. You know what I'm going to say, Trainer? What am I going to say?
Wait, you think he's next Odell?
When he dropped the ball on a catchable ball in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Play. Ooh.
That shit was
must have hurt.
First of all,
it was behind him.
Oh, here we go with this shit.
No.
It's in his hands. It's in his hands.
You can't be a number one pick and that ball hit you within your frame and not catch the
Chase
ball.
never drops the ball, right? Jamar Chase.
We're talking about Malik Neighbors in a game that
the whataboutism
we have no hope for.
It happens.
What do I give a shit about Jamar Chase?
It's just like when a quarterback throws an interception. It's just like when a quarterback throws an interception. Tom Brady's throwing interceptions in his career. That means he sucks.
Yeah.
Why are we bringing up quarterbacks and Tom Brady?
What I'm trying to say is what
why don't we stick to Neighbors? Stick there.
What you're complaining about is the same as an interception. He dropped it. Yeah, he fucked up. He made a bad play. He also fucking
no. Listen to me. Not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the fourth quarter. He did it twice
on third down.
Don't roll your eyes, Jules. He did it twice. He did it twice last year. Lost us 2 fucking games last year.
Yeah.
And he almost fucking. You could blame him. You could throw fucking blame on him.
I'm not blaming him,
bro.
Of course you're not. You're wearing his fucking jersey, boy.
This guy. No,
Listen,
Neighbors,
you guys are both right.
Let me give you a stat. Neighbors, every time he has like 5 or more receptions, the Giants are in every ball game the past 2 years.
Oh, we're in the game.
If he does it, we're nowhere near being. We should have never even showed up to the game.
He was the.
You guys are both right.
I might have totally made that stat up.
Yeah, you definitely made that.
Like across, but I believe it.
You guys are both right. Vinny, you're right. If you're gonna be the top fucking pick like that, and you're also gonna have a diva fucking tendencies like that, you gotta make that play. You just gotta make that play. And the other shit that's been going on with that was going on with him last year, just that I didn't figure out that shit. And Jules, you're also right. A drop pass is part of the game. A drop pass on third down in the fourth quarter is part of football. That's just part of it. It's just what it is.
But his standard for this player is so much higher.
You're right.
So much higher.
You're right.
Like all this cachet for Malik Neighbors.
Because what? Barkley never got stuffed or tripped up on third down. It's the same fucking shit.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Malik Neighbors. But I would not. Listen to me, Jules. I would not bitch as much if he dropped the ball in the first half, third quarter. But every time he does this is crunch time.
Yeah, but that's also
maybe your boy ain't clutch. Maybe that's it.
I mean, you can't say he's not clutch after he
made the touchdown at the end. I get it.
It's just the football. It's the football gods tickling our fucking buttholes.
John, you think it's
let's wrap it up.
Him dropping the ball in that spot. Do you think it's behind him? It was a physical drop. Or do you think it was a mental drop?
I think it was mental. The ball wasn't behind him 10 feet.
Just like Jules, he's mental. He's mental.
Wait.
Jules, we're taking these guys. We're taking them out back. We're taking them out back, Jules.
It has like 2
We're gonna throw the ball to him, Jules.
Cannot be fucking
out the backyard
at the end of the game. But Brian Burns, who has a rotation with 2 other fresh guys rushing that quarterback, he gets a pass. It's Brian Burns. He ain't fucking do shit neither. He could have got the dot.
The ball was here. The ball is here. You got to catch that shit. I'm sorry.
Giant fans have been fooled from Saquon to Odell to now Malik Neighbors by all this superstar shit when all it amounts to is losing. It's all losing. We didn't win with these guys. We won with Hakeem Nicks. We won with an undrafted Cruz. We won with Eli fucking Manning. I'll say it again. Eli fucking Manning.
You're living in the past, man.
Yeah. Yo, Vince,
we won with good players.
Field goals no more, right? That's what you got to kick. Well, you got to have a superstar now and
You know what,
bro?
guys? You know we won with?
You ain't winning without that shit. You know what I'm
Jules,
saying? Period. Stop.
Do you know what we won with? We won with heart. That's what we won with. And we don't have that anymore.
Now we're Rocky in the eye of the tiger.
Listen, bro, it's sports. It's competition. Anything you do in life that you're competing, if your fucking heart isn't there, you're not going to be successful. Whether it's fucking you're selling fucking dildos or you're catching balls in the NFL. If your heart's not fucking there and you don't want to win in your fucking bones and your fucking soul, you're just not going to.
Selling dildos sounds like a great gig.
I just can't believe, though,
I get that job.
In the New York media and all the sports shows and everything, not one person brought up the neighbor drop. Not one. The guy's immune.
That's how
I wouldn't have brought it up. All right. Yeah. There's only one thing that
I'm here to bring it up.
There's only one thing that cost them the game. One thing that cost them the game was when they got the turnover, the Giants got that turnover, and they didn't settle for that field goal. They should have got the points after a turnover.
Very good point.
That's it. That's the game right there. That's the difference. But listen, Jules, we got to wrap it up. We got to go and make some picks. So any last points, get it out now, guys. Get it out of your system.
There is no last point. I might take the Chiefs in some of my other survivor pools.
God,
stop it. Guaranteed. Wait a minute. Let me just put the scenario out there, right? The NFL's out. It's Sunday Night Football. There's no other game on in the entire country for fucking the NFL. All right. And
just like we like it as Giants fans, baby.
It's the 0-2 Chiefs going against the 0-2.
No blue in his blood.
Is
Pat
Swift coming?
Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and probably Taylor Swift.
He is going to be there, right?
Ooh, she's coming in New York.
Oh, I'm going to the game now.
0-3.
Taylor, not Lawrence Taylor, but Taylor Swift.
I like it.
I'm gonna puke.
Then we get the Chargers the following week, and they haven't even looked good in their 2-0 right now. Okay, they had a defensive dominant performance with Khalil Mack on the fucking sideline last night. 0-4 incoming.
Gross.
Like and subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Peace. Go Giants,
Giants.
I guess.